Hello, and welcome to Oracle Storytelling. Hi, I'm Sarah of Sarah Wing Intuitive Arts. And how's it going? How are you? Where are you? What you doing? Cool. Me? Well, I am hanging out in this Mercury retrograde season where I'm at. We just had our winter solstice recently, so the days are getting longer. And it is 2022. We are heading into 2023. And whoo, doggy. I've been moving around a lot in the past few years, and I just did a big move from California to Michigan. A few weeks ago, I got in my car and drove from California to Michigan. So I am back in my home state and in a new time zone, new weather, enjoying these 40-year lows. Hi, Michigan, I see you. Yeah, great, welcome home. So I kind of just landed here recently. I wanted to do one last Oracle storytelling video in 2022. Do a little makeshift setup here. And kind of look at the darkness and the light, the change in the new beginning, seasonal change, yearly change, the changes we're seeing around us, the erosion and renewal that we are looking at around us, in others, in ourselves. I did have a very smooth drive. I drove for 5 days at a very smooth drive from one side of the country to the other, but my phone did stop working, so this is a new phone, and we're gonna hope that this recording goes better than the last one. So I've already done all the all the card draws, and I want to get this in a smoother video. Just had a little try again Mercury retrograde moment. And I will say, Mercury retrograde, that's a great time to go back and finish projects, look at projects. What are some things that you wanted to do? What are some things that you wanted to finish? What are some things you're putting off finishing? And kind of sometimes we're looking at something we love and we want to get back to it and we want to finish it. But when we sit down to do it, it's like our heart isn't in it. So this is also a good time to look and evaluate, where are you? Is your head, your heart, your path, your soul's journey, are you still connected to whatever belief system or rules or objectives or whatever it is that started something that you are really invested in? It's a good time to reflect. Again, where I'm at, we have the new year coming up. We just had a solstice. We are entering into longer days, so more light, which as somebody who just moved from California, much warmer, to Michigan, much colder, it's so interesting because I gotta say, I'm still noticing the dark a lot more. But that's just, I think, part of an external and more so internal adjustment and orientation, and recognizing the ways that I will be shining my light in new ways or new spaces, both and. So I have some lovely cards I'd like to share with you. And I am using the Sacred Vision Oracle cards, the Fairy Whispers, and the Goddess on the Go. And I drew this card. I was going to draw, thinking I was going to draw two paths for the story today. Again, I apologize here. Had to pick up this phone when I was traveling, so it's still a little new. But I was going to do two paths, but this card, I couldn't stop drawing it. I drew it like 6 times in a row. So I'm really going to stick with this message for right now in these significant changes. So it's very striking here, the dark, right? So this change in daylight, this change in how much light, how much darkness. Maybe there's an internal change here. Maybe you're feeling that you're a little bit in the dark. Maybe you're feeling a little more in the dark right now. Maybe you're feeling more in that void space. Maybe you're a light worker, a light bearer who's going, what the heck is happening? You know, I thought I had things sorted out. What's happening? And just recognizing that, you know, perhaps you are in this dark space, you know, and maybe you're kind of, it doesn't feel like you're floating. It feels like you're running, or it feels like you're trying to figure something out. And then we have these beautiful bright colors for the macaw. We have Our Lady of Guadalupe, or you might know her as Mother Mary. So we think of devotion and love, clarity and love and devotion. And with the macaw, so macaw can symbolize, again, kind of a connection, a messenger of prayers, a messenger to gods or to ancestors. So a lot of clarity of connection, and yes, beautiful clarity of connection here. And that elements of air, and sometimes when we're if we feel disconnected, or we feel in this void space and we're trying to connect and reach something, sometimes when we're thinking of loved ones or ancestors or God, or we look up, right? We look up because we can't find it here. We can't find that sense of connection or safety or security or what we need in here. So we look up, which makes me think of just the element of air, or, you know, this void space could even be everything that we can't see around us, when all we can see is exactly what's in front of us. So I'm going to read this card. The number is 21, if you want to know the number. And the word is passion. So it's when you are down, look up. So again, it's this idea of connection, right? Look up. Take time to appreciate and enjoy the sweetness of life. Light the fires of passion in your belly and in your heart. When you are down, you may have to look up for inspiration. So sometimes we feel disconnected, and we do look up, we look out. We need to be inspired, we need to be connected. And the way we do that, you know, in this very visual world, you know, we feel so disconnected still, but we look up, right? We're trying to see beyond what we can see. You may have to look at your life in a new way and make some sacrifices to gain the treasures that are waiting for you. Are you holding yourself back? So sometimes we want something and we don't want to make changes before it gets here. If you're somebody who can just toss out the idea of linear time and look at your life and what you want and the things that matter and all these things that are swirling in your brain, and you remove the linear timeline, and you can kind of start to get a sense of clarity, or at least a different scope, a different perspective into really what matters. You know, if you took out linear time, these things you want, it can I think that's one thing that can help to kind of gauge importance or intentions a lot of the time. Something to do: sing and chant and listen to the music of nature. Heal your negative feelings. Remember that in the darkest night you can see the most stars. Which is beautiful. I think there's such a beautiful sense of connection we can have to the sky, to these beautiful celestial bodies. The bright scarlet of the macaw burns brightly from the black landscape. Like her, you're always in the state of becoming, and at times it will feel as though your path is completely obscured. But fear not. Your journey is one of spirit, and light of your heart's desires can always guide your way. Remember that you are very strong and have all you need to see your journey to its end, even when your trail winds through a mysterious landscape. Yeah, we're always in a path of becoming. And there's a sense of becoming more sometimes when we feel like we're doing, or we're seeing what we want to see. We're doing, we're seeing, but there's also a sense of being. And I have to say, as somebody who just was driving across the country for about 8 or so hours a day, mostly on these just wide open landscapes, there is really, it's very strange because it seems like I would be just doing because I'm driving, but I intentionally would connect and tell myself to be present, to be, to intend to feel all of the relaxation that is within my body at that moment, to feel all of the joy that's within my body at this moment, to feel anything, physically feel things in my body that, you know, intend to feel these, make these things present, or ask for help. You know, I could ask an angel to bring in just joy and abundant thoughts, and be in a state of joy and abundance as my foot's on the gas and I'm cruising through another state. Remember, you're very strong and have all you need to see your journey to its end, even if your trail winds you through a mysterious landscape. Trust and believe. I've been there. Embrace the life of a wanderer, finding oceans of joy in the unknown path to the next horizon. Find a different kind of security, one that is deep within your heart, in a place of peace and well-being. It is the treasure of your hero's journey. So one thing that I think is very helpful, if this appeals to you, I would strongly suggest you try it, is if you enjoy watching a sunrise or a sunset or both, every day, like every day for a month, watch the sunrise or watch the sunset or both, and just notice the change, the sense of safety and security that you might feel is lacking right now, that you want to anchor onto, that you want to reach out and grab. The reason why that in the darkest night you see the most stars metaphor is so rich and beautiful and just so easy to imagine is there's this sense of connection there. And the same goes with watching the sunrise or set or both. There is this beautiful sense of connection, and it's something that just innately feeds into this sense of safety, security, connection. So if that is something that you feel you're lacking to find internally right now, I strongly suggest you try that exercise. And then I drew 2 fairy cards. One is Between the Worlds. We work in the in-between times at dawn and dusk, under the stars, at midsummer and midwinter, weaving flower and frost into magic. Join us there, and you will feel fairy wisdom light up within you. So again, this connection to safety and security, watching sunrise, sunfall, connecting to nature. If you're able to be in nature or bring some form of nature inside your home to connect with, to just expand your sense of self, to be curious and experiment and say, I wonder what I will learn about myself. How will I expand if I bring, grow some herbs, or bring in flowers, or visit flowers here, or, if you're walking in nature or being with nature, we tend to feel a sense of grounding, of peace, of calm. The earth will just take it. The earth the earth sorts out so much for us if we ask and allow. Miracles are just the most natural thing. If you've ever been just walking in nature, just ask the earth to just take it all, take whatever, feed the emotions, the feelings, the experiences, and Mother Earth really just it's that kind of clarity of love, like of Our Lady of Guadalupe, Mother Mary, whoever comes to mind for you, person, animal, place, whatever. And fairy protection, we cherish and protect and heal our friends and animals. We watch over them, and we see how you love them too. This alliance between our world helps all of us grow strong. So in this time of change, in this time, perhaps you're noticing more change outside yourself and those you love. So people, animals, or maybe even a place you're noticing just did like paint peeling on something in your home. You're noticing Mercury retrograde, these projects calling you back, and you're noticing the erosion of them, and your heart is longing to renew from a new place, maybe come at a project from a new place. Align with your heart, with the timeline you're in now, and journey forward. Let go of the time you had spent on something, the way you had done something, and approach it with a new perspective, with your current beliefs, what currently calls you, your passion, what's calling to you. It's okay. It can be very scary, but it can be okay and scary, both and. It can be just a big old pot, alchemical pot of all the emotions. When I grabbed Goddess on the Go, and I got I am in love with the adventure of life. Now, this is somebody who looked up at the stars, charted their own new path, and they are in love with the adventure of life, the void of life, the mystery of life, and they're on their steed. They have their companion. They are fearless and probably fearful, wild and ambivalent and wandering. Before this video ends on its own, and just wishing everybody a beautiful end of 2022 wherever you are. Did you also make a big move internally, externally? I hope it's going exactly how it's going, and I hope regardless of whatever that is right now, that you are beautiful and loved and amazing and always worthy and always have beautiful worth and are always loved. So look within, look up, and until next time.